Hello, Southern Tier. Welcome to Off the Record with your weekly highlights of Delaware County news from The Reporter, the county's finest news source. I'm Andrew Cantor with the latest of what's happened and happening in the county this week. This edition of Off the Record is brought to you by Decker Advertising. If you've got a school or a business or a team you want to promote, a Facebook post, it isn't going to do it. You want to get the word out with banners and t-shirts, lawn signs, car magnets, and more. The more often people see your message, the better they'll remember it. So give a call to Decker Advertising. You'll be surprised how little it can cost to create custom signs, clothing, and all sorts of other products. Get a free estimate and maybe some great ideas too. Call them at 607-746-2178 or visit dckr.com. And now here's a look at this week's news in Delaware County. In Delhi, residents are concerned about the new underground electrical line that's starting in Delhi, then passing through Hamden, Colchester, and Hancock on its way to New York City. Delaware County got $206,000 to deal with any issues, but the problem is that the work hasn't started yet, so the county doesn't know where to spend the money. And there's a big new battery being built on a hill as part of the project. Now, batteries are kind of a big deal in the power industry because they help keep the power flowing. But residents who don't understand batteries are worried that it might somehow catch fire. And they spent a lot of time going down that rabbit hole at the last meeting. One public servant even put on her tinfoil hat and speculated that the state might be hiding something in its closed proceedings. But obviously she couldn't say what, because those proceedings are closed. Downsville residents, who already dealt with some major flooding back in August, want someone to clear out the riverbed rocks that are damming up Downs Brook. If there's another big storm, or worse, the Papacton Reservoir overflows, the dammed brook will cause even worse flooding. In a worst-case scenario, it could even take out the Downs Brook Bridge. The problem is that Colchester officials say they can't get approval from the state to dredge the brook. Now that started a kerfuffle when residents found out that no one actually applied for a permit to do that. Now we're going to focus on money. Money. Everyone's giving money to Delaware County and its towns and villages. Ka-ching, baby. County supervisors are almost done spending the $8.6 million they got from the American Rescue Fund. They've got about $12,600 left, but $4,100 of that will be used to cover cost overruns for the new bathroom at the police department's shooting range and training facility. The bathroom costs a total of about $15,000, leaving the county with about $8,500 to spend by the rest of the year. Next on the list of gift givers are the big drug makers who paid billions for their role in the opioid crisis. Delaware County got $541,000 from that opioid settlement, and a committee is starting to decide where to spend it. They're looking at funding alcohol and drug abuse services, including a fall recovery festival, buying these impairment goggles that they use to teach about substance abuse, and funding a part-time counselor at the Stanford Wellness Center. What, you want more money? All right. The village of Delhi is planning to spend $50,000 it expects to get from the New York State Energy Research and Development Authority for some climate initiatives. The trustees are considering buying an electric vehicle for the village and putting more heat pumps into village buildings, well, once they're sure they're getting the money. But they're pretty sure they are. And finally, in money coming in news, is the village of Sidney. It's getting about $21,000 to upgrade its courthouse with new floors, a bunch of office supplies, including clocks, and 2 brand spanking new robes for the judges that the village trustees are probably glad they don't have to pay for. And now we turn to Looking Back. News from The Reporter 100 years ago this week.
There has been an unusual amount of rowdyism in Stamford this summer by city boys and local residents, much of it caused by bootleggers who sold their wares to young people. It is claimed there are some 20 places in Stamford selling hooch, and there is nothing done to stop it. There are several places where the law is flagrantly violated in the village and liquor is peddled on the street. Such work is a disgrace and shameful, and the law is a farce. That is the enforcement part. Many villages throughout the mountains report the same conditions. City rum runners and stills operated on farms keep the market supplied. In technology news, Margaretville will soon get its electric light system. The poles and wires are on order from Fleischmann's to Arkville, and the work from Arkville to this village will soon be completed. On the agricultural front, truckload after truckload of cauliflower have passed through Fleischmann's in the past 2 weeks. One cannot help wondering where it all comes from. We will soon, at the rate with which its culture is increasing, become a nation of cauliflower consumers. And finally, in horrific accident news, Mrs. Agnes Schaefer of Andes was seriously injured Saturday when she fell from a ladder while picking pears. One leg was broken in such a manner that it was necessary to amputate it, and her jawbone was fractured.
Did you know that podcast listeners, like you, can try the online version of The Reporter free for a month? If not, now you do. Okay, so it's like this. A month-long digital subscription is $5, but we're offering a $5 promo code. So basically, you get the month for free, and then you can decide if you want to keep getting your local news or you want to remain, ignorant and confused, like most people. All you do is subscribe to the Reporter website. It's the-reporter.net. Then you use the promo code SAVE5, S-A-V-E, and the number 5. It's all caps, by the way. Give it a shot. There's more Delaware County news this week in The Reporter, online and in print. Don't miss reading about Margaretville's world-famous Cauliflower Festival and the crowning of the new Delaware Academy Pumpkin Patch Princess, plus her message of goodwill and pumpkin magic. And yes, we have photos. You can also read about how the cage match between Walton and Lactalis continues in court, with each arguing that its method of calculating how much the company should pay for wastewater treatment is the right method. And that's just for starters. Remember, to get all the news that matters to you and your Delaware County community, subscribe to The Reporter at the-reporter.net or call 607-464-4009. We'll see you next week.